Okay, so we are here at Sun and Sup in Naramata. I'm fortunate enough to live down in the village. I've got this lovely lady here that I come down and pick her brain as far as all things paddleboard in the area. If you guys know the area, if you haven't experienced it yet, we've got a couple bays. We've got the Wharf Park right off about a block away from here, and 2 blocks up the road we've got Manitou Beach. So depending which way the wind blows, literally, off you go. You can find some sheltered water. And so Eileen has a rental and paddleboards for sale. How long have you been in business?
This is our 12th season.
12th year. So
yeah,
a lot of you,
COVID, floods, fires, smoke,
and
shitty weather. We're
you
here.
know what? Even in the smoke, it's great to be out on the water floating. There is definitely a lake life component down in Naramata. What are kind of some things as far as people visiting the area and wanting to take paddleboards out? What do they need to know?
As far as like purchasing or like safety.
Yeah, so most people I would assume we're going to want to try it out.
So if they're
purchasing,
really... generally I ask, what do they do? Are they sporty? Do they go to the gym? Were they previous athletes? You know, were they mountain bikers, road bikers? So if they're usually a mountain biker, then they usually like a different type of board. If they're a road biker, they like something fast and straight and sleek. Whether or not you have a dog you want to put on it, you're going to put some kids on it. Is it going to be shared? So I ask quite a few questions first to kind of narrow it down, because otherwise they're always buying the wrong board.
And so one key component, which me living in the village, I see a lot of people renting boards and traipsing them off to one of the bays to go for a paddle. What kind of learning curve is associated with paddleboarding?
We give them a safety briefing. Very important. In a lot of places you can go, they'll just hand you the board and away you go. We want our customers to come back as repeat customers. We prefer them to be safe. So we give them a very intensive, condensed into like 10 minutes safety briefing about wearing their leash, wearing their life jacket, or staying close to shore, not going out in the middle of the lake, getting on and off their board in not so shallow water, protecting the board itself as well makes a difference. I don't want the board to be a broken fin or it's all, broken up on the sides. Definitely you can feel comfortable coming not knowing anything about paddling, and we're going to make you feel comfortable, and you're going to and we can tell that. I mean, there's certain people that are like, oh, I've never walked on a dock, let alone been on a paddleboard. So you want to make them feel comfortable, because you do want them back for a long time customer, or they're going to buy a board from you.
So that brand new to the sport, never been on a paddleboard, maybe never surfed before. Yeah. What's it like going out for them on the water? Are they going to spend 90% of their time in the water? Or?
No, God, no. I mean, you can sit down, you can lie down, you don't have to stand up. So if you're really nervous, we also would, love it when people come take lessons. We have quite a few very experienced instructors. So we have Paul Mand and Lorene and Sheila and Dave soon to be as well. And we've got lessons that can make you that much better paddler in a short period of time. People think, oh, it's really easy, I don't need to take a lesson. It's so important, because you can end up getting out in our lake, which is right now like a friggin' wild ocean, and you might not come back this end. You might end up right now you'd end up in Peachland, or if it's a north wind, you'll end up in Penticton. You might not get back on your board, and it could be cold water. So it's really important to take a lesson, know the area, and we can help you out with that.
What does it cost, say, to rent a board? How long would you be renting a board
minimum
for?
Is 2 hours, so $35 would get you a 2-hour rental, and you can do 4 hours, you can do 60 daily. Our rates can be weekly as well. We do a lot of vacation rental homes as well that people want to rent for the week. They're coming from somewhere else, or they got too much other stuff in their car and they don't want to bring their boards. So we do a lot of deliveries as well. So we have a delivery vehicle, so Sandy Beach Lodge and all down towards Skaha Lake and throughout Penticton, Summerland.
And then I guess one thing is, most people getting into a sport is great. If I fall in love with it, what's it going to cost me? So what is an average, or maybe we'll start with entry level. I know there's the high ends of everything, but what is a sort of entry level to intermediate?
So for us, we are a paddleboard shop. So we carry better quality product. So we're not starting under $1,000, because I believe in the product, and if I say that you're going to be happy in this board, I don't want you coming back to me and going, I hate this. I'm guaranteeing that I've picked out the right board for you, and you have to do that with better quality performance equipment, and that goes for skis and bikes and everything like that. So we do carry, I think the starting price point would probably say that Badfish package right there, which would be $13.49, and that gets you a bag, the pump, a 3-piece paddle, travel paddle, and the board. And that's fairly reasonably priced to get, and that's a really good company. Badfish is out of the States, and they are known for river surfing, so they're like tough boards, very well respected in the industry, and their price point is really good. Great performance boards. And then you would get, higher up, you'd go up into Red Paddle, which would be the opposite end. So these are inflatables we're talking about first. Red Paddle would be your premier 5-year warranty. The top end one is $19.50, not including a paddle or a leash. You do get your pump in your bag, but you would buy a comparable paddle to go with that, and that paddle would probably go anywhere from $300 to $500 for that. So if you like your sports equipment and you're a sport person anyways, generally you buy the same across all your equipment. So whether it be skis or whether you buy a nice bike. So educating people about that too makes a difference. And we always say good sups are not cheap and cheap sups are not good.
If you had one tip for somebody getting into the sport, what's the first thing that you would tell them to do, or what's your biggest piece of advice?
Safety.
Yeah.
Safety. I mean, so many people, I don't need a leash. And I honestly won't sell somebody. I'll give them the leash before. If they don't want to buy it, I'm like, no, you need a leash and you need to wear it, as it's so easy. People just think, oh, I'm a good swimmer. I can find, but you go from a flat lake or a choppy one like this, or you can fall and go off the back end of it. You don't have a leash on. That board shoots that way. It's cold water. And you suck the air or the water in and you're down. I mean, even if you had a life jacket on, you're only going to find your body, but the leash will keep you back on that board in seconds because it's a big floaty thing. So ankle leash, even though it's not mandated by Transport Canada, a life jacket, you have to either this style here, which is one that you would wear, has to be either on you or actually on the board, like a boat or a vessel. If you're wearing an inflatable style minimalist belt pack by Mustang, these ones must be worn at all times, not stuck under your bungees. And these ones inflate and then they go over top of your head. They can be blown up manually, but they have a CO2 cartridge.
So they're like a fanny pack.
Yeah, and we sell these probably, at least 90% of the people would buy this. Unless you're doing more touring, you're going out, up in this, she shout, they can't say that, or somewhere in Gulf Islands or something like that, you'd want to wear maybe a life jacket or something like that and have the proper gear. We also sell, gear that's going to be coming in to keep you warmer as well.
What about the paddling season? So everybody thinks Naramata, you come in, you're here for July and August, and away you go.
Yeah.
The store's open
April 15th-ish to the end of September.
To the end of September. Yeah. And for those people, so Eileen will be out paddling. When does your paddling season start?
So we usually paddle all winter.
So you will see paddle boards March to November easily.
Yeah.
Most years. So yeah. So thank you very much for your time.
No, it's okay.
I really appreciate it. Yeah. If you guys have anything as far as Naramata questions, reach out to me, reach out to Eileen. We'll link her company down here. So Sun and Sup down in the village, down right off the beach, just past the general store. Hope to see you here this summer.